My parents and my tutulele grandmother, grandfather came from this valley, so I was always here from when I was small. We've been here over 100 years already. You know, I helped my brother when he took it over. I used to pull taro for him, and her brother Bert Rapana was with. We were the two guys that kind of worked pulling the taro for them, 24 bags a week. She and I got married. We got married early in our life, and I moved away. We stayed on the wall for a while, maybe 10 years or so. But my mind, when I was away, my mind is always thinking about here, no matter what. It's peaceful, you know. I mean, because a lot of other farmers they say, "Oh, you don't have radio." I don't know. My radio is the birds. And the wind, when the wind blows, the leaves, it ruffles. You know what I mean? I feel at peace here. I mean, it's just comfortable for me. Yeah. I always had it in my mind, even though I was away from here.
You know, the neighbors were actually just there for you when you needed them. You could borrow, you go to their house and borrow things like, oh, asking them, oh, can we borrow a can? You know, like maybe tomato sauce, sugar, cup of sugar. And it was always like that. You know, you feel so comfortable, not really, and I think maybe that's the way we grew up with the neighbors that was around us. Because he loves this farm, he loves the farm, even though it's hard work. And for me, I'm just grateful that we have the kids here, because as we get older, you know, I had some health issues where I ended up having surgery, break of my femur, that kind of stuff. So I'm not really as healthy as I should be. But he's actually the workhorse. He actually, without him, you know, like when I look at this place, you know, like, and a lot of friends ask us, who helps you? And I said, me and my husband. Like, it's more my husband, you know, and I'm just hoping my shadow would follow also to make 3 people, but it's mostly him. He's the workhorse. Really and truly, he's the workhorse.
So people being out there, living here, this kind of living, they can adjust and adapt to the living without the commodities of electric. The main thing is water. Water is life. Okay. You guys got some tools with you guys, yeah? Okay, remember, work safety, yeah? Okay? You get swinging knives, always safety all the time. Okay? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna walk the Hawaiian, pull whatever, clean whatever you get. We'll start from the corner over here by a piano block. And we walk away all the way up the Hawaii.
The dream of the project actually started pre-COVID. There weren't many service learning opportunities being offered at the school, and in just thinking about Hawaiian people and the way we connect to our Aina, or our land, through our olelo, our language, and ultimately make connections, larger connections, in fact, to the rest of the world, really depends on our connection to the places in which we hail from. My name is Tia Curdy. I'm from Kekaha, Kauaʻi, and I am a teacher and principal at Kula Niihau, Kekaha. the main purpose of our school is for Niihau children or children of Niihau descent to be able to learn the language and culture of Niihau while living on Kauaʻi, because families migrate back and forth from Niihau and Kauaʻi very often. In this day and age, a large majority of Niihau people have permanently migrated to Kauaʻi, so our school really is a hub in which the descendants of Niihau people are able to come back and either strengthen their language and culture or rebuild that if there was a period of disconnect for whatever reason. The project was built primarily for our secondary grades, so grades 6 through 12, and our elementary also participate at a lessened frequency. So our secondary students go to the lo'i or the taro farm weekly, and they provide service learning and support to Uncle Wesley and Auntie Karen at the farm in whatever way he sees fit and whatever is pressing for him at the time. Some of those kuleana include, cleaning of the regular cleaning of the awai or water ditch system. Uncle Wesley's lo'i is the last lo'i in that valley to receive water. So one of the lessons he's taught the students is that, even though he's the last lo'i, he doesn't only malama or take care of his designated area. He really needs to malama the entire ditch line, because if there is a clog anywhere, the water into his lo'i is affected. So there's a saying that goes, "Kotua aku, kotua mai, pela ihola tanohona ohana." And basically that means help and be helped. This is how a community thrives.
I am Tiani Ruiz. I've been a teacher at Kula Niihau this is my second year. I have been a teacher for 13 years now. Since we've been here, I've been able to incorporate math, science, and some history into our curriculum. We are here up at the lo'i, and as the kids are working, I'm usually on the side taking notes and finding different activities or assignments that relate to what we did at the lo'i. So we've been studying the temperature changes in the water and looking at how temperature changes throughout the year, even as our seasons change. And eventually I'd like to be able to incorporate that with the type of taro that's being grown, how it's being grown, the sizes of the taro, how it relates to the temperature of the water. Mapping out the area was one of the things that we were working on as well. So incorporating math, area, volume, how much kalo can fit in a patch if you plant each kalo 3 feet apart and whatnot. History, it's more of place names, wind name, rain names of the area, and just trying to get as much info as we can from the people who are here now. It's been noted that Kauaʻi's history is hard to find, especially the west side. The history of the west side is really hard to get, so trying to hold on to anything we can get from the people who are still here is what we're trying to hold on to gather and compile. After every lo'i visit or every 2 weeks, I'll have the students reflect on what they did. They also reflect on their feelings. How does it feel to be learning out here instead of being in a classroom? Doing the physical work that they're doing, how does it make their body feel? They've gotten the chance to take home a lot of the food, so the luau, the kalo, and what they learned from eating what they cultivate themselves. How does that make them feel?
When coming to the lo'i, don't be shy. actually try to get in there, because you're not gonna have that one chance to experience it once you have that one chance. So when you come, don't be shy. And respect one another. And respect the lo'i how you would respect your parents.
One of the biggest things I've seen is their relationship with Uncle and Auntie. Just having a kupuna figure, somebody that they can relate to, that they can learn from on a day-to-day basis while we're here. And just seeing what they're going through and realizing that they need to step up. They need to start stepping up and helping the older generations, learning from them.
I like that we can walk up and clear the river, so Uncle Wesley has water to grow his kalo. My favorite thing to do at the lo'i is to listen to Uncle Wesley and Auntie Karen's stories that they have around here, how they made it, how they started it, and the other stories that they've been told by their ancestors. I like Uncle Wesley because he's kind and he always takes care of us and he cares for us every single day. One of the lessons that I really loved was to respect one another, even though it can be hard for some people. He taught me that working together, it can help you work faster, and more hands make faster work.
In ancient Hawaiian mythology, we believe that the kalo plant grew from a stillborn child that was planted, and from that grew the very first kalo plant. The kalo then has been part of sustaining Hawaiʻi and its people from the beginning of time.